Hey guys, what's going on? Alright, so today is the day. Yeah, I know, all you FTD Facts followers out there, you've been requesting it. You guys have been going insane in the comments section, asking for us to finally do a video on Nepal! Now here on FTD Facts, okay, alright, first of all, we take requests from all you guys out there in the real world, so be sure to let us know what videos you want to see, what countries, what questions you guys have. We'll get answering them for you guys in future videos, and we'll give you guys shoutouts. But also, before I get in the video, I want to know from you guys, it has nothing to do with countries, but I want to know, what is your favorite type of food? What is your favorite dish? Me, I love lasagna. I mean, if I could be a real life version of Garfield, I would, because I love lasagna that much. So anyways, we ain't getting any younger. Let's get started. Let's talk about Nepal. Now, thanks to Garay Dahal and many of you other viewers out there, you guys gave us a lot of facts, so we didn't have to do the research. However, we had to double check a lot of these facts first. And thanks to Gray, he said that 91% of Nepal's energy is produced by hydroelectric power. Now, for those who don't know what hydroelectric power is, it's where they use dams and water to power, well, your cities. Now, he says it's 91%, but I couldn't find an exact number on that, so I don't know if that's necessarily true. However, what I did find is that 76.8% of the population of Nepal does have access to power. And of that, I was reading that 16 to 23% of its electricity is imported. Now, the rest of that is indeed supplied by hydroelectric power. But however, in 2010, that meant that 12.5 million people didn't have access to electricity. And as a matter of fact, 76% of the entire population, whether or not they have electricity or not, they still use wood stove tops. Also, an interesting thing to note is that Nepal does not have any known oil, coal, or gas reserves. Now, like I said, a lot of their power is imported. Let's talk about their import-exports. Once again, this is another one of those countries that imports a lot more than it exports. Now, its exports equal $1.06 billion in goods. However, they import $7.75 billion in goods as well. Now, their biggest exports are knotted carpets being 7.5, and yeah, flavored water being 6.5%. Now, a few of you guys in the comments, you guys mentioned that Nepal has a very unique flag. As a matter of fact, the only flag of its type in the entire world. Now, most flags are, yeah, in the shape of a rectangle or square. They're called quadrilateral flags. But however, it is true, Nepal does not have a quadrilateral flag. And as a matter of fact, you guys were right, because Nepal, well, it has a flag of 2 triangles on it. And I gotta say, man, give that to Nepal. I wish there were more flags that were like this. Not to bash any other countries, but I really think that this is original. Now, back on April 25th of 2015, Nepal was hit by a giant earthquake. It measured 7.8 on the Richter scale. But here are some things that you probably didn't know about that earthquake. First of all, it is the worst earthquake they've had in 80 years. The earthquake itself also had 2 aftershocks. The first one measuring 6.7 on the Richter scale, and the 7 being 7.3. This earthquake affected 8 million people, with over 8,700 people being lost and 22,000 people being injured. And that was a really sad and unfortunate time for Nepal. And now, enough with the bad stuff, let's talk about something really good about Nepal. It is the oldest country in South Asia. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? But Nepal was founded in 1768, and this bloody country doesn't even have an Independence Day because it was never conquered by anybody. Now, keep in mind, in 1923, Britain declared its independence, but this is because the whole country was ruled by the Rana family, and they pretty much supported the Prime Minister. Nepal is also the first country to have the highest renewable water resources. That's right, Russia comes second, the United States and Canada come third and fourth. Now, this is according to a study done in 2011, where it stated that Nepal has over 210 cubic kilometers of renewable water. I guess that's why we get a lot of flavored water from that country. Guys, if you think Nepal is already a pretty fascinating place, hit that like button, because I'm pretty fascinated by it already. Oh yeah, and what am I talking about? Man, we always like to talk about the population of countries, and I feel like I've totally forgot that in this video. Nepal has over 27.8 million people. Now, keep in mind, Nepal only has a landmass of 147,000 kilometers square. And also, that study was done in 2013, so there's probably a lot more people nowadays. Now, here's another thing. When we think of Nepal, you guys probably think of this guy. You know who I'm talking about? Buddha, the guy that kind of reminds me of the Pillsbury Doughboy. You know what I'm saying? You just want to poke his belly and hope he goes, Listen guys, I'm not being anti-religious. You got a belly that big, you just want to poke it. Hopefully there's no lint in there, because that would be just disgusting. But when it comes to Buddha and the religion of Buddhism, some people may think that it formed in different countries. However, Lord Buddha was born around 623 BC, and they say that the Lumbini temple is not only kind of the area where he was born, but it's also the first Buddhist temple. As a matter of fact, this temple is so recognized as the birthplace of the Buddhist religion that it is under the protection of the UNESCO, which is a World Heritage Organization. Now let's talk about the tallest mountain in the entire world. And that tall mountain is known as Sagarmatha, which currently stands over 29,000 feet above sea level. Now wait a minute, I get it. Some of you guys are gonna be like, Dave, no, you're wrong. You're wrong, Sagarmatha's not the tallest. It's Everest, man. Don't you know? Just common sense? Well, believe it or not, Mount Everest is also called Sagarmatha. Gotcha. And you know what, considering we're talking about Everest, let's talk about Everest and who climbed it. Now, many people have climbed it, they've tried to climb it. Many people have died in an attempt to climb it as well. As a matter of fact, they say about 280 people have died so far, at least in collected human history, while attempting to climb the mountain. Now, the idea for climbing the mountain came from Clinton Thomas Dent, who was president of the Alpine Club. In his 1885 book, Above the Snow, he stated that, yeah, it's most likely possible to climb that mountain and reach the top. Now, after that, there were tons of attempts. As a matter of fact, the northern approach was first discovered by Gregory Mallory and Guy Bullock. Now, this was during a British expedition in 1921, and they only made it to 22,982 feet. However, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norway were the first people to successfully climb to the top, and that was back in 1953. Gotta say, there's a lot of cool history on the attempted climbs and the successful climbs of Everest. But anyways, guys, that is just the tip of the iceberg for this lovely country. Thank you guys so much for watching. Nepal is one of those countries that, you know, most people just don't know about, so I'm glad I got the opportunity to educate you guys. But feel free to educate us. Let us know more facts about your countries. And if you guys want a future facts video, be sure to let us know down there in the comments below, just like these guys do behind us, you know? I know we haven't done facts on dogs yet, but we really like doing our countries, yeah. Yeah, but you know what, that's it for me. I'm gonna head out of this video, and I'm gonna get working on the next one, so I'll see you guys later. Cool? Is that cool? We'll see each other later? Yeah, alright, well you guys have a good day till then, okay? Or good night, whenever you're watching this movie, okay? Bye!